And I'll be like, hey, hey, You're tuned into 107.3 The Sauce. Hope you guys are being safe out there. I know I am. Guys, my name's Michael. Welcome to the park. I wanted to update you about the real phone. Oh, this picture is too odd. Hold on. This deserves a sunroof. Today I uploaded that video of just the entirety of the conversation that went down. I didn't know that was. Watch yourself, partner. I uploaded that video because of the entirety of just the conversation that was taking place in Anchorage. Those were my reactions in real time. The conversation was happening in real time during a debrief video. Really did not plan that. And I mean, to be honest, I really didn't plan where this story would take me either, because it was just kind of unpredictable. I didn't know what was going to happen. So as things were happening, I was keeping you guys in the loop on what was going on. I wanted to update you on everything that I have been missing. You've seen like small updates here and there, but I just wanted to be like, okay, here is what's been happening. Anchor trip, locked it down. Reached out to a biological father. Biological father didn't want to talk to me. Next people that were on my list was reaching out to biological siblings just to say, hey, I exist in the world. Off the top, I do want to say thank you to everyone that has been showing so much love and support and encouragement for me during this project. When I started this back in Texas years ago, I really didn't know, I thought it was just going to be like one weekend I can get everything knocked out, of just like, maybe I can do this and, just get it done and it'll be over with. So I really didn't predict it being years later of making this much progress, but it's happening and I'm very happy for it. Was able to meet a biological sibling in California. She's awesome. Was able to meet biological brother D'Angelo in Anchorage. He's awesome. I really feel like we as humans have this, we learn at a very young age that whatever you do on one side of the equal sign, you have to do on the other side of the equal sign. So we always yearn for reconciling something. We want to know logically, step by step, what's going on. So it's just kind of like, if this, then this. I see this, that means this. Green light means go. If this happened, we're always used to equation equals answer. And so I feel like anybody that's missing a parent or missing parts of their past and they're unsure, you can have a very successful life. You can graduate, you can have a great family, you can make progress, and you can be very happy. But in the back of your mind, there's always this unsolved equation, this solving for X, and it just kind of lingers there. This cloud of wondering about this one certain spot. Everything in your life is awesome, but there's just one certain spot that you're just but I wonder about that one thing. And that's why I wanted to tell my story, because of that lingering cloud of just being but what's going on? And I understand for a lot of people that maybe it's really hard, and maybe that's why nobody makes projects like this, is because it is very hard. It is very challenging to not necessarily confront people, but to talk to people about, hey, you remember that thing that happened 20 years ago? Do you want to talk about it? No? Okay, cool. I don't know what I was thinking. But because maybe it's shame. Maybe people don't want to bring that up. Maybe that was a trying time in their life. But then I feel like if you never try to tell the story, or you never search for those answers, then it's just this unsolved equation that is always there, and you're always wondering. And there's never that moment of calm of just being I have all the pieces, I know the full story, I'm good. I'm good now. I know, I can ask me anything. I know it all. And I think we want to get to that point on a lot of aspects of our life of just being if this parent, then me. Okay, that makes sense. But if we don't have that, then it's always a point of just kind of I don't know. I'm having people reach out to me telling me that they're looking for their biological family, or they tried to look for their biological family, and there's like, turns out they passed away, or turns out like the father named on this birth certificate wasn't the real father, and it's just kind of like, yes, like, find that truth, find what matters for you, because once people start getting enough courage a long ways down the road, then they're like, okay, I think I'm ready now. And then they go to find these answers, and it turns out they just missed the person. Biological father passed away 20 years ago. Sorry. And so they have their answer, but then it's just kind of like, they don't have the complete answer. Or they have to settle for just kind of this subpar kind of like, okay, like I got some closure, but I didn't get all the closure. I got some clarity, but I still have some questions. So if you wait too long, that's why I'm telling this stories, because I didn't want to wait too long to be like, you know what, after I'm married, after I have kids, then that's when I'm gonna feel like, okay, now it's time to track these people down. Now it's time to get somebody else's perspective. Now it's time to have empathy. And it's just like, no, like, I want to have empathy now. I want to be better now, moving forward and becoming a person. So that's why this project began. I have the rest of the pieces of the puzzle now. I have clarity on what exactly happened and the people that were involved and kind of where they were at and stuff. I was able to sit down with my biological father. I have that footage. It is just like, I have that now, and I don't need to, it's something that happened in the past, but it's not something that I'm gonna, like, that's gonna be my soapbox all the time of just being like, abuse and foster care and social work, and there's other aspects to me. I'm obviously going to be the next Denzel Washington. Bang! So this project is very important to me, and this is a passion piece, but as far as like motivating and inspiring and entertaining and stuff, it's like, there's going to be other stuff I'm going to talk about. There's going to be other stuff that's going to be like, Captain Marvel comes out next week. After that, the Jordan Peele movie, Us, comes out. Like, I want to do a movie review. I've been watching How to Get Away with Murder, and I am, for one, very, very frustrated with certain characters. I'm going to tell you about it. I watched Better Call Saul last week. I am very frustrated at certain characters in that one, too. There's a lot to go over. But, you know, this constant, I don't want anyone to feel like I'm constantly going to be bringing up biological family and abuse and the past, because the past doesn't define me. But the future does, and how I react to it does. And there's other stuff to talk about, and there's other things to branch into, and like, I want to tell people about how to be better in customer service, and I want to tell people on how to win friends and influence people, and like those kinds of like self-taught like coaching lessons of like how to just be a good person in general. And I'm really excited about it. So I just want to make sure that the ship is not being steered like into this weird course of just like, let's all talk about being victims and let's all talk about how bad it was, and like, that's not what life's about. I wanted to make this video because I want to make it while I was driving, because I'm always happiest when I'm driving, like, because I'm driving somewhere, I'm driving to do something, and it's like, I love that kind of opportunist kind of, man, what's gonna happen? I love driving in California. It was so much fun. It was so beautiful too, and I got awesome pictures, and I met awesome people, and I saw old friends, and I made new ones, and it's just, I'm always happy when I'm driving, so I love to drive, and it's nothing for me to drive 15 hours, 8 hours, 3 hours, just to see somebody, because I know like at the other end it's just like, I can't wait to see my friend. I can't wait to go on this adventure. So I'm really happy about it. And I just wanted everybody to know that I love the support. I really appreciate the encouragement. And it's not too late to tell your story. So it's definitely been a ride. But this is definitely not something that I'm losing sleep over. I don't think that I'm a mistake in the world. I don't think that I'm an awful person because maybe my past like had trauma and had hardships, so then by default that makes me prone to hardships and struggles, and it's just like, no, I don't, this isn't a make or break situation for me. I'm good. But in order to have that clarity and to bring everything full circle, it's sometimes you have to have the hard conversations, and I feel like I'm strong enough to have those conversations. And I think that we all want to talk about what's funny, and we want to talk about what's popular, and we want to have fun, but you got to remember to feel real. You got to remember to feel genuine. And if something makes you sad, or if something makes you like search for answers, like you got to go down those roads. And you can't just laugh it off and then just never pay it any mind again. Like, there are certain things that like it requires to be a human, and when you search for these human moments, like that's what's important at the end of the day, of just being like, I know where I came from, I know why I'm in the circumstances I'm in, and I know why I'm motivated to do better and be better in my future. I think that's really exciting. I think it's really, it kind of like, it gives you that rocket fuel, or it makes you wonder. It's just kind of like, what is this person working towards so hard with so much tenacity? Like, they have a lot of fuel behind them, and then like just to walk up to people and it's like, why are you so genuine? Why are you so nice? And they're just kind of like, because I know where I came from. I know what hurts, and I know what it feels like to not belong, or I know what it feels like to be uncertain of your surroundings. And I think like having that as a motivator, and having that as like in your arsenal, in your wheelhouse of just being like, what, I try to be kind to everybody I meet, because I know what it's like to be unkind. I know what it's like to be mistreated. So I'm going to do the exact polar opposite. Having like, it's already projected that anybody that goes through the foster care system is prone to be incarcerated or prone to violence or anything. So it's just kind of like, I am motivated to be better than my circumstances, to rise above what's already been spoken about me. And I always wanted to do the opposite. Like, I'm a black man in America. Like, I already know people are, I mean, they're almost conditioned to fear me. And so it's been my opportunity to just be like, to make people think different, to make people to get to know me before they judge me, and to understand like my path before they just write me off as just like yeah, I figured as much. Having the full circle of my past really helps make me a better person, because I know what hurts, I know what it's like to be alone, and I'm motivated to make sure that nobody else feels that. I'm motivated to make sure that everybody feels welcome, and I'm friendly to everyone, and yeah, I don't want that. I don't want anybody else to feel that way of being left out or abandoned. So I feel like that's why I'm telling my story.